It's the Honeysuckle Show, where your guest will suck on the honey.
That brought back good memories. I haven't thought about honeysuckles. That was a good nostalgic memory that I had.
Was it really?
Yes. Me and my buddies would sit out there in the summertime and just
it's
fucking do
summertime.
I've never even heard of that.
You're out in, I don't say the forest area, you're out in the backyards or someone's backyards or the park or something, and you got a bush out there, a rash that's a rash of bushes attached to
you got a rash all over your body. You begin rolling in honeysuckle.
Boatload of honeysuckles. Go back to that other
good
one.
Lord, what's all that going on
There you go.
Those
See
are the
right
honeysuckles.
The very far top right. See right there, you see a bush like that, and you see a bunch of that. And you look, for the novice, they don't know what they're looking at. Oh, look, there's the yellow flower.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to suck on when I grab one of those.
Well, I mean, if it were shaped like a penis.
Oh, yeah, okay, then I would know.
Or a nut sack.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, why didn't you say nut sack and penis? Of course.
All right, it's the second half, March 7th. Dudes Like Us, and...
We didn't even get past the song before we said something stupid.
Go ahead. Hold on. Mr. Producer's going to chime in here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's working on something.
Having technical difficulty.
So, it sounds like you're in a bathtub.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Anyways, I don't want to fix that right now. I've done that with my friend.
Sucked on the honeysuckle?
Yeah.
The honeysuckles, yeah. So they have them down here?
I don't remember where we found it, but we were wandering because that's what we did.
Right.
And my friend walked up to the bush and started sucking on licking the flowers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell are you doing?
That's like the theme of every good porn.
Right.
Licking the flower.
Was he thrusting into the
you can taste
into the bush?
the sweetness. And then I did it, and it tastes very sweet.
Yes.
Anyways, I want to say this, Paul, you're the odd one out here.
I know. Hey, I get it. That was like a voice in my head.
Yeah,
the way it sounded is
it's like there was a flange on or something like that.
Well,
no, that would be like with your conscience
doubled or something.
Son, you need to open up your thing and turn that effect off.
I think that's what your conscience might sound like.
Yes.
Now, but anyways, we were talking about the honeysuckle in the first half, and you're right. It is a nostalgic thing. It did bring me back to that time because, and I kind of associate the black berry along with the honeysuckle because they were right beside each other at the creek behind our house, and they're just everywhere. So I'd sit there and do a little.
You'd have some turtle and some blackberries and honeysuckle.
There you go.
Anyways, and
see, I didn't experience all that.
And the big mouth Mickey's.
Mickey's, oh yeah.
Oh, the beer.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I drank Big Mouth Mickey's all the time.
They're not
underage drinking.
It's cream ale, I believe.
It was, and it was once. It was once.
No, I had cream ale. We've had Mickey's Big Mouth quite a few times, but we had the cream ale. Little Kings was the big thing where I grew up.
Yeah, you brought that up before.
Yeah.
God, this conversation screams of white privilege.
Are you kidding
Drinking
me?
Sucking on flowers and drinking shit beer.
I'm just kidding.
What was it? All right. Hey, I used to go out and was a Colt 45. Was that better?
Really? You
Well,
have
I remember
to go there.
Schlitz?
Well,
Is that better?
Well, speaking of
It's a
turtle,
old Milwaukee Best, motherfucker.
have you guys ever had turtle?
Turtle.
Yeah.
Is
Like
that
the
is that a
animal?
beer? Is that a malt
Yes,
beverage?
it's an
I mean, my
animal.
penis turtles sometimes when I hop in cold water.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I remember me and my buddy Sushi. We were down on.
If that's not the most racist shit ever, is he Asian?
It's crazy.
He's half Japanese, yes.
Oh my god,
That is crazy.
So
anyway,
Sushi,
so
now Sushi
in
is
my
supposed to come
phone-
onto the show, right?
So no, that's Roger.
Roger, Sushi's not coming on the show.
He lives up in Cincinnati still.
Well, I thought Sushi was going to plan a trip down here and join us on the podcast.
No, that was Roger.
that would
He's
be
down in San
fantastic.
Antonio. He's down in Bastrop or something like that. He's down there close to Milam and Green.
Well, Sushi, if you're listening, the invitation is extended for you to come out here, and you could stay at Jeff's house.
of course.
Does he listen?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I've told him about
why?
it, but
Because
it's just
because we have so much discriminatory things against Asian people. On I'm kidding. We love everybody.
But,
we talk about round eye.
we went fishing at the Great Miami River up in Ohio, and we were on the banks, right?
Yeah.
And we walked down there, and there was a couple guys
Naked?
down there. No, we weren't nude,
Oh,
and not yet anyway. And we
You
go down
drinking
there, and I think it was someone.
Kings?
Someone. His
Yeah, a
name
couple
is.
kings, and look what happened.
Yeah, his name was Jeff as well. Actually, Sushi's name was
Oh.
actually Jeff. So, I think he may have known them because we got down there
So
and,
was-
we started talking
Was he
to
the
him.
white cream in the middle? Because it was like Jeff, Sushi Jeff.
Can you let him finish the story?
And
Gosh,
this
Stop
guy,
living out your fantasies through whatever he's bringing up here.
this guy had one of those Coleman, the green Coleman grills.
Yes.
He goes, you guys hungry? We're like, yeah, sure. We're 19 or 20 or whatever.
Hold on, is this some dude?
I think he knew him. I think it was some guys that he worked with.
Okay, it wasn't a random
No, it wasn't a random dude.
deliverance
Hey, you
guy.
want to try some raccoon?
Yeah, we
over
were
here?
meeting these guys down there that he knew, and we were doing some fishing.
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, I caught a turtle earlier. And he pulls at a string, and this huge turtle comes out. He goes, yeah, I was about to cut it up, and we're going to fry it up and eat it.
Oh my God!
So we're like,
I
all
didn't
right.
I didn't know you could eat turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Really? You've never heard of turtle soup?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it was real.
Well, this
Here's
was
the thing
nuts.
about turtles. How the fuck do you get through the shell? You can take a hammer and go through. It's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
shells.
He butchered the damn thing right there on the shoreline.
Did you at least cut the head off to kill it first or
I
something?
can't remember how he killed it.
Did
but-
the head have a sheath like a penis?
He did. It just went
Yeah,
right
it does.
in. Yes.
God, that's horrible. That thing was alive. That would probably live for 15 years when
It
he
was
killed
very,
it.
very fresh. But this was a huge turtle. The shell was probably a foot.
That's what I'm saying.
round,
it was
right?
like 15
It
years
was like a
old.
big river turtle.
You think that turtle had a soul?
Yes.
I ate it if it did.
You
the soul.
ate a turtle soul.
I don't think the soul is like.
Correct.
So hold on. So you watched him crack the shell open, tear out the meat. Was there a lot of meat?
It was quite a bit, and he quartered
What about his innards?
it. He just ripped them out, right? And
He knew what he was doing. He's
Yeah.
eaten a turtle before.
yeah, so and then he put the light breading on it, so he like had sections,
oh, yeah,
right?
cornmeal out there.
So
ready to
each
roll.
leg, essentially, right, had a lot of. It's like a chicken leg. It had a
Ugh.
bunch of meat on it, and it was white once it cooked. It was
Ah.
very
Did it
white.
taste like chicken?
It had a chicken quality, but not exactly.
It's a little
So, it was
flaky.
good.
It was flakier.
So hold
Yeah.
on. So you're saying that the texture was chicken-like,
Uh,
but
close to it.
the taste was.
Have you ever had alligator?
Yes.
It's similar to alligator.
Yeah.
I
So
would
it's a
say.
reptile, right?
Okay.
So it's.
Well, I haven't had alligator either.
I've had frog legs as well. Have you had frog legs?
No.
It's kind of like frog legs.
It's very similar
God.
to frog legs.
What the hell? Did you guys grow up in
Texture-wise.
Louisiana?
Bang, 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 bang.
That would be Georgia.
What?
That's Tennessee where that happened, wasn't it? Or was
Wait,
that
what are you
Georgia?
talking about? The
They
banjos?
filmed it in Georgia.
Deliverance was in Georgia?
They filmed it in Georgia.
Gotcha. All right.
Now, was it supposed to have taken place in Georgia? I don't know, but they filmed it in
It was
Georgia.
in the Appalachia somewhere.
Yeah,
I
so
thought.
it's supposed to be
That's
like
what
Kentucky or
Right.
something.
All right, dudes like us. It's March 7th, the second half.
Sean was done with that discussion. I
And
suppose.
no, we're going to come back to it. I just wanted to make sure we intro the Dudes Like Us podcast.
Yeah, no
And then I'm
kidding.
Sean,
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
and we have we got conversations going on and upcoming of people dying. And someone posted a picture of Jacqueline Smith from the Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Jacqueline? Kate Jackson. Kate
Yeah.
Jackson?
Kate
Well,
Jacqueline Smith was Jill. Was that her name?
There's Kate Jackson. Look,
she was
one
my
of them.
favorite.
she's 77 years old today. Well,
Correct.
maybe not necessarily today, but she's 77 right now. And there was a picture of her on Instagram
She looks good.
smoking hot.
Really? 77?
77 smoking hot. It was a picture of her and her makeup artist. And smoking hot. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how it's important to for college and all the different stuff to sign up and be.
To be on top of your shit.
Yeah, maybe we won't talk about that. But it was. She's 77 years old. I mean,
Oh,
look
this
at that.
okay. This is not my favorite. I liked her, but that was not my favorite.
Kate Jackson.
That's Kate Jackson. No, Jacqueline
Jacqueline
Smith.
Smith
Jacqueline
was my
Smith.
favorite.
That was Sabrina.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was my least favorite. She was on Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, just put Smith after
God,
that.
I barely remember any of that.
There you go, Smith. Whatever.
Yeah, Jacqueline Smith. There you go.
Yeah, that was Bruce Boxleitner
Enter.
and Kate Jackson.
There you go. Look at this.
Look at she's just
Look
gorgeous.
at this at 77
Oh,
years
so that's
old.
who you're talking about. You were talking about Jacqueline Smith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jacqueline
absolutely. She
Okay, well,
is
hold on. Well,
stunning.
click on. I don't know which one is the 77-year-old, but
Well, just click on any of them. It doesn't matter.
she is beautiful. She was stunning
I
on
mean,
that show.
It is remarkable on how she has retained her.
It doesn't look like she's had any work done either.
Yeah, she doesn't have that
She doesn't have
over bulbous swelling. You
that
know.
that Madonna look.
Oh God!
What has happened to that
It is
poor
a
lady?
Train wreck.
Doesn't even look like her anymore.
Yeah,
I
it's kinda
know.
like,
I hate it.
Lord.
You know what? That's something we were doing. We were sending pictures of before and after. Oh, we already talked about this. And then an unprovoked attack by Sean. Completely unprovoked.
It was,
Completely. Like the most obscene unprovoked attack.
it was the
Anyway,
before and
hold on.
after picture.
No,
It
it
was
wasn't.
a butthole.
So there is an actress that is our age that is absolutely stunning. She was like the host of a show.
Vanna White.
No, she's like a Polynesian. She got like a beautiful
Like a talk
light
show?
brown
She was
skin.
host.
Yeah, starts
Clarice
with a B.
Tinsley.
Starts with a B.
Beatrice.
No.
Barbara.
No. She. Oh God, dang.
Ellen DeGeneres?
No.
Oprah.
She's so gorgeous too. She was the host of E Entertainment, and like you're going all over the world and looking at stuff.
Mary Hart.
Oh, Downtown Julie Brown?
No, no, God, you guys suck at this game. How many guesses do you get?
You don't even know the answer to
Oh,
it.
it doesn't matter. She was part of an E Entertainment travel show. God, I don't think I'm going to get it. Come on, somebody help me out here.
Janae May.
No,
Jenny May.
she's like 50. She's 52 years old or 51 years old. Brooke Burke. There it is.
Oh, yeah, she was like
she
yeah, she's a rock star.
is
Well, did she did porn?
stunning.
I think she did porn, or
No,
she
she
posed
did not do
nude.
porn.
Yes, she did. She posed nude, or she did something sexual. I know that.
Oh, she has a bunch of kids.
She is stunning at her age. You know, there's several of them that are stunning at their age. The other one is the guy that
Yeah, but
the girl.
Well, hold on. You're taking the spirit out of this conversation.
Dang it.
You're just pointing out a beautiful woman in at our age.
Well,
I
so
was
are
pointing
you.
out
she's
Jacqueline
77,
Smith,
though.
who's 77.
I get it. No, I
kinda
appreciate
like,
that.
Like Melania Trump. You know, it's just stunning and
I know.
oh my god,
Pull up
beautiful.
a picture of Madonna
Oh, don't.
right now. I want to see it.
So
Oh my
painful.
god, she is just a.
Well, mentally, she's a train wreck as well.
Is she? Well, that's what happens when you
Mentally,
when-
I'm a train wreck right now. I can't think of anybody's names that I'm thinking of.
Those aren't any of the really new ones.
Well, did you
Ugh.
take? You taking these alpha brains,
I
memory and
I
focus?
probably should. Good Lord. Not going to help me in this in time for this podcast, but
Oh, it's
maybe
instantaneous.
maybe next.
It's instant.
Instantaneous.
Boom!
You're like, oh, what's going on? Oh, hello.
E equals MC
Hello.
squared. See, I just took a pill and I'm already
Oh.
there.
So put in today after Madonna. See if it pulls up any recent ones or recent or something like that.
You know what's weird? We don't have to follow through with this. What I'm about to say, but have you heard anything on the news about Turkey and the earthquake?
No.
Other than like the death toll surpassed like 50,000.
But we haven't heard anything.
Well, no, because you know it.
They're consumed on other. We haven't heard anything about Ukraine.
Yeah, because people just the story moves on. There's nothing new to report.
Yeah, all we've got like news of people coming up from the south, and it's just crazy stuff. You know, that is some crazy shit. Not the Ukraine. Well, Ukraine's crazy too, but it's also. Hold on, I'm all over the place. Ukraine president. Was it you
Zelensky.
that sent that little thing where he was like when he was a comedian and he was
Oh, yeah.
oh so I never seen that, and his skit was where he was like banging on some sort of xylophone with his penis or a piano.
But he was a stand-up comedian
I
before he was
know
president.
he was a stand-up comedian, and I've never seen his stuff. And I
Yeah,
guess
how do you go from that to president?
Well, that's
of
kind of the
Ukraine?
discussion.
well,
Is
he
like,
became a public figure. He just became
course.
someone that was able to talk in front of people.
well, it's like
and-
Donald Trump. He was a reality star mogul.
Yeah.
He became president.
Well, and I got to give it to him. I mean,
Well-
he's been the right guy for the job right now.
You talking
For
about
Ukraine, yes.
Yeah. Well, Donald Trump
He
was
really
too.
has.
I mean, you got Donald Trump was on the Oprah Winfrey show in the '80s, and it's funny because I saw a meme today, and they're quoting him. It's like, I don't want to be president, but you know what? This was in the '80s. All right, it says I don't want to be president, but if my country needs me,
I believe his conviction is real.
if my country needs me, I'm going to stand up and fight for it.
I do believe
Because
his conviction is real.
He was saying back in the 80s, he was talking about all the shenanigans with China. He says, nobody
Correct.
knows the China's trade deals like I do. He says, I know so much what's going on right now with the trade deals and all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with Congress.
So
And-
his background, though, is like
Real estate.
entrepreneurial.
It's real estate.
Entrepreneurial.
Well, it is real estate, but it's
But he like tried and failed and tried and
Well,
failed and went bankrupt.
his dad
and
funded his real estate business. It's construction
his
as
dad
well.
gave him $1 million to start off with.
Correct.
And that, so when he funded him, I mean, I guess $1 million is enough to get it rolling. But he took that $1 million and turned it.
He did. Then he went
And-
bankrupt, turned it around. I don't know how he got his money back, but he went bankrupt a couple times.
Yeah, I mean that's not atypical when
Just
I hear
like
about entrepreneurs.
Elon Musk went bankrupt
That's right.
once or twice.
It's not an uncommon story. They go and go, fail. You fail and get up, and fail and get up, and fail and get up. But they have no danger of risk. I'm like they can assume any risk.
Well, I mean,
And us, we're like,
they have a vision.
oh, that's too scary. I'm not doing that.
Well, I mean, because we don't want to. Well, because we have tiny pockets. I mean,
You know what?
shallow pockets, I guess.
Still, I mean, that whole
It's a
spirit-
mindset.
Yeah, that whole mindset of like, you know what? Yeah, we could totally fail at this, but we're going to keep at it until something sticks.
Which is like Jeff Bezos. He started his thing in his parents' garage.
Right.
Amazon started in his parents' garage.
Yeah, but it was a
that's crazy.
really big garage.
It's a 3-car garage.
Yeah, it's like a 3-car garage.
Well, didn't he
and
start-
who has a 3-car garage?
Didn't he start with like a Reader's Digest or something where he was like doing books?
It was just books. Amazon
Yeah.
was just books.
Oh
in the
yeah, it was
beginning.
just books. I bought books from them
Yeah,
when
Amazon
it was just books.
And then all of a sudden, hey, want to buy a sock?
Well, that's when it went.
Want to buy anything?
when it got online, that's where it exploded. He was a visionary once it got online.
Insane, what it's become,
Yeah.
Well,
and
well,
it's still. Would you say it's like peaked? I don't think it's peaked.
I don't think it's peaked. I think it's.
I'm still
beginning
buying
to-
a ton
I-
of shit on that.
I think
let me tell
I
you
think it peaked.
We have.
you
did-
think it did?
I do. I think COVID was the peak. That's why they're laying off people. They stopped the construction of their second headquarters in Virginia. Stopped
Oh.
it.
But I will tell you what they have continued, and that's the construction of warehouses to distribute the Amazon.
Well, sure,
stuff.
that stuff was already in place.
But what would
During COVID.
drive it peaking? Like that? That means
COVID,
demand.
everyone was at home.
Demand is ebbing.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't say it's peaked. I would just maybe it has,
I
but
think it has.
I don't. It's not going to subside though. I think it may level off a little bit and slowly go up. To a point because you're right. People were dependent on in getting your stuff because you weren't going to go out. It's just so much easier. But people are still lazy in nature. They're going to order. I order shit all the time. I'm
Absolutely.
fucking-
And who is the competitor of Amazon? You got Walmart that's trying to make a splash in that same scene.
Well, they're all like Target is, Walmart. You have Rakuten,
yeah.
What
right?
the hell's
Yeah,
up with
but I
that?
mean-
Hold on. This is why we don't have video. Did you see that fucking neck thing
I
he
know.
had?
I know. It was disturbing. I tried not
I
to
almost
look at
passed out
it.
looking
No,
at
I
that.
turned away. I turned
Jesus
away. quite
Christ,
honestly.
man.
And here I am turning away from him to look at your goatee. Like this is
Oh
awful.
my god!
This is awful. I'm in a fucking nightmare right here.
What is wrong with my goatee?
Well, we talked about it in the last podcast.
All I was saying was I was going to trim it a little bit. I
Yeah,
mean,
because Jeff said it looked like a vagina. Now I can't look
my
at you.
goatee does not look like a vagina.
It looks like an overgrowth, totally
Are you saying?
unmanicured vagina.
Are you saying it's like a merkin?
Gray.
It's a merkin.
Yes,
Merc.
it's a merkin. Very lopsided.
That one
merkin.
just seems to be another thing that pops up repeatedly in our podcast is Merkin. All right.
Well,
Anyway,
I
let's
tell
get
you
back.
what,
Yeah,
well,
let's get back
get-
to where we were.
get
Amazon,
back to
Walmart
Amazon.
competitors.
Getting back to Amazon, I think Amazon has a problem
Merkin.
with their business model because, again, it may be because
It's
of my work and I've done a ton of research
Yep.
into it, but Amazon has a problem with Chinese companies
with fraud.
as third party, and their counterfeits and the fraud and everything on Amazon is rampant.
So I'll back that up. There's a study that I've read that they have. Okay, in these warehouses, they have baskets of shit.
Correct.
Okay, let's just say it is a Xbox controller.
Yes.
All right. And I know this for a fact because I was a victim of this. So you have an Xbox controller and it's red and they put it in a bin.
And it's Microsoft branded.
It's Microsoft, it's an Xbox, it's blah blah blah. And I order it and all of a sudden I get it and it's not.
How do you know it's not? What happens?
Well, because it doesn't have the correct verbiage on there that details that it's from Microsoft. It may say Microsoft, but
So you can tell it's a fake just by
Yes.
looking at it?
Yes,
well, I mean, the
sometimes.
packaging is different. There are things that are different, but they take the package, they take the products, and they put it in the same bin.
Right.
So when the person
So
goes
they don't
over,
know what's real and what's not.
Because it's the same
when they go
part
over,
number.
they pull the bin out and they pull the thing out of the bin.
Yeah,
and
so
they,
it's not Amazon's fault. I mean, they're
Sure it is.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
Yes,
just
it
saying.
is.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying when a box comes to the warehouse and it's got this SKU on it,
All right.
and they say that
Let
SKU
me-
goes in that basket.
let me further
They're not like
elaborate.
validating,
I
right?
hold Amazon responsible.
Yes.
I agree. I agree with
I
that.
am buying from Amazon.
I agree with that.
It is their problem to solve.
So
I
I will
agree with
further elaborate on this.
I agree.
In what they have, and look, this is a thing where people will go onto a website and to Amazon and they'll say, "Hey, look, I have this product, and this is my product that I have, and whatever it is." And let's say they get it from Oriental Trading in China,
Right.
whatever it is, and they have that said, "If you want this, click on it," and all that is sent. Oriental Trading will send it to point from there to somewhere, and then they'll send it to Amazon. And all it is they'll send it for $10 cheaper, or let's say 20 30% cheaper,
Right.
and so people will click on it. But it may take about another week longer to get it.
Right.
So it'll make it from point A to point B, and hit that Amazon and get to your place. And it's because, like Jeff said, it comes from China,
Right. Right.
and it's got the same
oh yeah,
part number.
China's the problem.
And they
I mean,
register it with the same part number.
Correct.
But it is
Not the same.
completely different.
And you have to be extremely careful because I did a lot of research about phone charging cables because my company wanted to put some in some retail locations. And they're like, well, Amazon is so inexpensive. Why are they so much more expensive than our traditional distributors who carry the authentic Apple MEI brand, certified whole 9 yards? How come it's 30% less on Amazon?
Right.
Well, it's because it's not real. And if you plug this in, there's a lot of reports that your phone catches fire or the cord catches fire because it's not up to standard.
Yeah. So,
Right?
so a lot of the
Yeah, that's
wiring
awful.
is a subpar. Like the gauging is less than it should be. It's like a stranded wire,
Sure.
whatever. It's subpar is the point. And 5 volts, fuck. You run 5 volts through some of those wires. Yeah, it's going to catch fire
Yeah.
Right.
because it's so cheap.
So what about your controller? Did it work?
The
Did it
audio
work?
didn't work.
The audio didn't work.
The audio didn't work because, frankly, I bought it for my son Preston. I bought him a red controller because that's what he wanted. He wanted a red controller, and I spared no expense. I went on to Amazon. I was like, you know what? Here we go. I got a red controller.
So you weren't even buying like the cheap option.
No.
You bought the what you thought was the
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh shit. See, I
And-
don't
and
think
you-
I've experienced that.
And you have to look, and it doesn't even matter because it'll say sold by Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, or it'll say fulfilled by Amazon, sold by third party XYZ.
with Chinese characters.
Correct. Well, no, it doesn't say that, but it'll have a name. And my rules, if I'm to buy anything off of Amazon, it has to say Amazon sold and Amazon fulfilled. But to Sean's point, they cohabitate the same box. So Amazon bought the authentic Microsoft controller.
Yep.
I have 8 other Chinese companies who sent their same stuff and same partner. It's all going to the same.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I
So
get it.
you-
I
you
understand the
have-
problem.
You have the real one in there and 8 fake ones.
God, that's a really tough problem for Amazon to solve because they have their model is distributors from everywhere.
and that's the problem. That's why I
the
think
problem.
because it's
Yeah.
exploding more and more because they open up the storefront to Chinese companies 7-8 years ago or whenever it was, and it just went through the roof, and it's getting worse.
So Walmart, I noticed. So I went out to Walmart to buy some stuff sometimes when I'm not happy with what I'm looking for or whatever on Amazon. And I noticed that they have the exact same model, meaning it's not fulfilled from a Walmart warehouse. It's a marketplace,
Like
just
the-
like Amazon.
Like the 3-inch chode suction cup.
That's right.
Black cup
No,
ring.
all my sex toys come from Walmart.com. All of them. Do you guys not? Where do you guys get yours?
I don't have sex toys.
That latex kind of falls
Oh,
apart.
you don't?
No.
Your latex what?
It just kind of falls apart from the Amazon, so the quality.
Yeah, the quality's not there.
You
Well,
high
because
level silicone.
because it's not
I usually wear mine
authentic.
apart.
God. Anyway, so I think Walmart's going to run into the same exact problem because it's the
Correct.
same model of distributors and marketplace.
If
and
they've opened up their marketplace to the Chinese companies,
how can they not if they're going to compete with Amazon?
Correct.
Yeah, but look, let's just the reality set in for a second. They're not going anywhere.
No, they're not.
And-
But we asked, has Amazon peaked? I think if their business model stays the same and they don't change, I think it has.
It can
There'll
run
be
into
some
problems.
There'll be some necessary changes, and
Well,
I
they need
think
to- they need to
Jeff
keep-
Bezos is in bed with China.
Well,
Obviously,
if Bezos is still in charge, he retired. So theoretically,
well,
I'm-
Amazon is in bed
But here-
with China.
But here's the beauty of it. Here's the fail safe for Amazon. I'd buy a ton of shit on Amazon. And if I open it up and I'm like, oh, this wasn't what I ordered. Oh, it doesn't, it blows up something, which is, I've never had that experience. You run it over to Kohl's, boom, you get your refund in the same day.
I'm on board with that.
I mean, dude, so they have a fail safe. They're like, okay.
that's
do.
why they get away with it. That's
Okay.
why, because Amazon is like,
But think
just
about-
return it.
You're talking about like 1 out of 20. So first of all, people don't
Easy.
have that.
Easy, 1 out of 20. Probably more than that, 1 out of 30.
No, what I'm saying is that there's, most people will just take it like, oh, well, I guess this didn't work, and they'll like brush it off, and they won't do it.
No, I run the shit back to Kohl's same day.
You and I do, but most people don't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they
It's
just
so
eat it.
easy. I literally walk into
It
Kohl's.
took me a while to figure that out.
I walk into Kohl's and they're like, oh, and I just hold up the barcode and they go beep and it goes. The little label spits out,
They give
and
you
the guy
coupon.
goes, and the longest part of the transaction is, here's a coupon for 5% off. If you want to buy anything at Kohl's today, you get 5% off. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, if they could skip that part of it, it would be beep. Thank you.
They also keep.
It is
Beautiful.
ridiculous.
Do you know that they keep track of how many times you return?
Oh yeah,
and they will flag your account.
Well, yeah. If you're
Yeah, but what are they going to do?
they
well,
will
they
not-
just won't let you buy shit.
correct.
There becomes social engineering.
Correct.
Yeah, well, I mean, it hadn't happened.
That's like
And-
that's like digital currency.
And the reviews on there are
All fake.
wholly inaccurate.
All right.
Correct.
Well, so I read the reviews a lot, and when I see one-liners, oh, this was great, exactly what I ordered. I mean, I ignore all the one-liners, right? Because it's people paid to just go in there and feed the 5 and 4 star.
Well, they delete
Reviews.
reviews as well.
Really?
Critical reviews, they delete those.
I see plenty of critical reviews, and I have not bought a bunch of things because of the critical
They do.
reviews.
That's the same stuff they do with Facebook and Instagram
Correct.
with the COVID responses, you know?
Right. So I'm not a huge
They
fan
slap
of
a label
Amazon.
on there.
I
I'll
know
buy
you-
stuff
I
from
know.
them, but I'm not a huge fan. And
I love it, actually.
their freaking Prime is going up in price every year.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't even notice because it just kind of auto bills.
Well, it's like $140 a year now.
I know. That's crazy.
Wow.
I buy a ton of
What does
shit
that
off
mean?
of Amazon.
Is
though.
it Prime like free?
That's where you get free shipping.
Interesting.
It's $140 a year now.
Fuck, man. I
That's
need to buy.
$15 a month.
It's
Do
funny.
you ship enough to account for that?
It
It also includes video, so it does include your video, Amazon Prime Video.
yeah, that's true.
But you can get Amazon Prime Video for $9 a month.
Well, I think I'm
itself.
paying Prime and shipping. How's that possible?
You
You're-
buy the wrong stuff. Not everything is eligible for
Oh
free
yeah, you got to
shipping.
look for the little Prime
Yeah.
icon.
There's a little filter. It says "Show Prime only."
Oh, I do only Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But I will tell you, the price goes up. Like
It
you
does.
you might find the exact same product. Prime is $2 more.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
they factor it in. I mean, these guys are smart.
Yeah.
That's all they do is crunch numbers, man. This is all logistics,
Right.
right? That's right up your alley. It's all 100%
So,
logistics.
I'm getting to the point. I was like, do I order enough out of Amazon to warrant $150 a year,
I do.
or do I drop it, pay shipping if I ever however much I pay, and then just spend $9 a month on the video part?
You know, my thing is also the convenience, man. I mean, I've got what I buy from Amazon down to a freaking art. I pull up my phone, like Shelly says. Oh, we need.
Oh, it's
blah, blah."
easy.
Oh
I get
God, it's so easy. I pull it up on my phone. I look if I care to look at reviews and stuff. Otherwise, I just do click, click, click. Buy now. Boom.
Well, that's how they've made it.
It's at my house in 2 days.
That's
I mean,
how
it's,
they've made it.
Yeah,
And-
I can't compete with that.
Another thing I
in
stay
my
away
time.
from are any kind of body stuff like lotions or shampoos or stuff. I read some of those reviews and some of the forums are like, yeah, it's the same packaging, and there's a picture. Here's the real stuff, and here's the fake stuff,
Damn,
and it's completely different stuff in their hands.
Yeah.
that's not good.
And you're like, okay, well, what is this made out of over here?
Yeah, no shit, man.
What's crazy is I know somebody that lives in my house that. Sorry.
What a way to open a story. I know somebody that lives in my house.
We have like what
They
12
sell.
people?
They sell like they'll buy like an Xbox, like the latest and greatest Xbox, and they'll go online and they will sell the box that the Xbox came in. Let's say a brand new Xbox come out, high demand, can't get one. They'll
Okay.
go and put on their Xbox box for sale.
The box.
The box, and they'll sell it.
And they know that there's nothing in the box.
And they even put on there's nothing in the box. And people will buy it
Why?
because they don't read it. They're just like, click, buy, fuck it, I don't care. I just bought a box. They get the box. They're like, hey, there's no box in there. They read the fine print and says, hey, there's no Xbox in this box. We're selling the box only. Box only. It's an empty
For
box.
an amazing price of $14 for the box.
No, they sell it for like the same price you buy an Xbox
Okay,
for.
come on. That's just stupid. That's fraud, is what that is. And there's
Yeah.
somebody in your house that's doing that?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I told him to sell my Xbox box.
I bet you did.
He didn't do it though, but
That's
he
just-
got away with it, and it was just like, I would be pissed.
Yeah, but somebody's going to return it, and then that money that you made goes away.
Well, can't you fight that charge?
They have ways that there's no returns. It's a one-time purchase. You can't return.
Well, who do they sell this on? What platform?
I don't know exactly.
eBay or something?
No, I think it's through Amazon somehow.
So they have
Isn't
a web
it,
store?
Mr. Producer? Say again?
Is it Amazon?
It's eBay.
Oh, it is
eBay.
eBay. Okay.
I was going to say, because you have to open up a whole storefront on Amazon.
Dude, hit that button, go down to the layer 4, and pull those down. What the hell?
I have bought stuff from eBay, and it's gone okay for me. Like, I was always, I'm a little, for some reason I think eBay's shady, but I've done it probably several dozen times.
I've gotten some of the boys' cell phones off of them.
Yeah.
of the used
I've
ones?
been okay with eBay.
I use Facebook Marketplace.
I've never.
A lot.
I've looked at that. I've never purchased anything off of them.
I think it works out very well. I mean, anytime I've needed something, including the Sonos speakers, which are incredible.
Did you see the story I sent you today?
Yeah, they're coming out with a new Sonos One.
No, they're discontinuing the Sonos one.
Oh, they're coming up with a taller one. It looked like, right?
It's called the Era 100.
So it's not called Sonos anymore?
Well, it's the Sonos.
Era
Era
you know what they're
100.
doing? They are putting in place the Player 3 into the Player 1.
There's the Era 3. No, because there's the Era 300, which is the replacement for the Player 3.
Get the front doors closed. What the hell's going on?
You totally said that wrong.
Yeah, I don't care.
So the Era 100 is replacing the Sonos one, and the Era 300 is there is no.
Why is that earth shattering to anybody?
It's,
who-
it's just a new
interesting.
model. It's just a new
it's
model.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure because I'm probably at some
you're
point.
not part of the Sonos story.
Well, at some points I'm probably going to join the Sonos Club.
You know what? Jeff inspired me. I think I'm going to bring over a little device, and the device has been over at your house before and plugged in and worked successfully.
What?
It's called the Sonos Connect.
Yeah, the little white box.
Yes.
Correct.
I had one at one point. I don't know.
It's mine.
Did you take it back?
It's mine. So, yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did because I was worried that I lost it somewhere in my house and I would not be able to return it to you because it was gone.
Oh, that's good because it was $400.
So you stole it back?
I stole it back.
you like went through my
No, I
cabinets and
brought
shit?
it over there for a party or something and took it
And I
back.
had it for a while though.
You did, and you enjoyed the hell out of it.
No, I don't think it ever really
That was
worked.
back when you
Oh,
were
you'll
actually.
never-
The sound was
Oh
bad. It
my
would crackly. It
God.
would drop connections a
Well,
lot.
one of the reasons I'm
It
telling
did
you about the new
not.
Sonos is a couple of the articles I read today is they're predicting that the Sonos ones may go on a discount.
Oh.
to get rid of the inventory if it lasts.
So
too
if you're going to join the Sonos Club, now's the time.
long. Keep an eye on the pricing. Is what I'm saying.
Because the price is going to exponentially go up, probably.
Well, the Era 100 is $250.
Yeah, that's
Good
what I
Lord,
know.
I can't justify that.
Well, that's
Why
all
not?
right.
It's a good speaker.
Awkward silence right now.
I
Look
mean,
at
I don't
you.
understand where you're
If we
coming
had
from.
video, right now, I would be getting laser eyes, just melting my skull from
Well,
both of
I
you.
mean, dude, it is like
How
it's,
dare I?
it's like you're talking to the Rolls Royce of speakers and from a like the Kmart version speaker.
I
Wait,
get
how much
it.
trouble
I
did you
get
have
it.
the other day?
I figured out why. With my damn hearing aids.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sonos is Wi-Fi.
And then at the tail end, I had the remote.
Yes,
even
you
though
did.
it didn't
You're
work.
such a dick.
But
Let me.
didn't work. It didn't.
No, you did. You made it hiccup after I solved the problem. And now it's like, damn it, it didn't solve the problem. And you're like, oh, I'm on the remote.
Well, Sonos is
Well,
Wi-Fi.
it's Jeff's fault because I was like I brought the remote control over there
Then Shelley
and I was
saw
like,
it.
hide it, and I was like,
Oh, she totally outed you.
she did, and I was just like, Jeff, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're trying to hide this. That means Shelley is your devoted wife.
So here's the thing.
She will not allow anyone to throw you under the bus or anything.
I will just set the story. So they brag about their Sonos systems and how they can play music in any room, and they can go, Sonos, play this in that room, and all this kind of magical, connections and shit. And then we go to my house, and I'm like, hey, you guys want to listen to music? Okay, cool. And I have to put my phone like within 18 inches of the receiver, and then it's like, oh, I love this song. And it fades out and it goes in and out, and it's so fucking
and you get
annoying.
pissed off. You get so focused on getting it right for the next half
my
hour.
God. Oh my God. And then like right in the middle of the party when everybody's drinking, having fun, I'm over in the corner going,
Yes.
and so the other night,
You kind of came around like, all right, maybe I need to try it.
I don't know. I'm so
Why
sick.
fight it?
I know, because it's expensive. $250 a speaker. What the hell?
Not right
That's
now.
a lot more than that.
Well, some of them are.
No,
I mean, if you get the
so-
sound bar, the single sound bar, and the subwoofer, you're looking at
Probably $1,000.
no. You're looking at like 1,600.
okay. No way. I'm not going to spend money on that.
Well, you don't have to. Just get some Sonos ones.
Yeah,
And
you
the
can
Connect.
go on Facebook Marketplace and pick up. Actually, if you were to, you could pick up a center speaker, a Sonos sub, and two player threes. They have them packaged up for like $1,500.
Yeah. It's
That's your whole house, though.
too much.
Really?
It's just not.
That's
I'm
why I
not-
think, because your house is
it's
wired,
just-
correct?
It is wired.
Get
yeah.
the Connect. That's all you need. Because you play through your stereo downstairs, and it'll go through your speakers upstairs.
That's true.
Or get multiple connects.
That sounds,
Or
Oh,
you
God.
could get here's the real solution. How many rooms do you have? You have the downstairs, you have outside, and you have upstairs, right? So 3 zones.
Yes.
So get 3 amps. Done.
Do we
like a
individual
grand.
3
amps?
Sonos amps.
Good Lord.
No, he just needs one Connect. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
No, but he wants to be able to control them separately.
You want different music throughout the house?
Well, I have a 2-zone amplifier, or a 2-zone receiver.
No, then you could do that.
Yeah.
Buy 2 Connects.
So the idea or the spirit of what I'm getting at is that he can actually remove that thing his TV sits on, that bureau. Just get rid of the whole. I mean, less is more.
That
You throwing his furniture away now?
That my TV.
You
Oh,
can
you.
burn it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, nice.
Shelley would be totally on board with that. She wants to hang the TV over the fireplace.
No.
It's too high.
Yeah, it's too high.
You're going to crick in your neck.
Yeah, the TV needs to be at eye. The bottom third of the TV needs to be at eye level.
Correct.
Uh,
You don't want to go like,
well,
Or are we
maybe we
looking
just
up?
maybe we just put it over the fireplace, or like in the fireplace.
or that.
No, well, you put it.
It's not that high.
What?
I don't remember it being that high.
Yes, your fireplace. If you put a TV up there, it'd be too high.
Do a TV. See that? Look over there. See where the projector's at. All right, that is 54 inches off the floor.
and that would go right there.
All right, 54 inches off the floor is on the cusp of being too high.
Well, no. Well, the projection is over there. It's the entire wall.
I'm talking about.
Off the TV
I'm
was on
talking
there.
if you. Yeah, you're right. It's
Gotcha.
projecting over here, but I'm talking about over there. That mantle.
If I were to put the TV,
mantle
that
is
high.
higher than that. The mantle is typically right
Yeah,
around
yeah,
56,
I
58
got
inches.
You. I got you. Now I'm seeing it. Well, I'll just tell her that's never going to
54.
happen.
Well, what you need to
58.
do is put it up on the mantle for a while and go.
No,
just,
really.
Just sit there for an hour with staring at that wall and see what your neck felt like.
It puts a crick in the neck. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Well, hey, well that puts
Either
an
that or
end-
get rid of your couch and get a stand-up bar. Get a bar table where you're standing on stools. Then
Yeah,
you're
I
right
never
at the right
understood
edge.
why the folks put the TVs up that high. I never understood that.
Ignorance.
What if we put a platform under the entire room
Just lift the whole
and
room
lift
up.
the entire room up to the level of the TV over the
You know,
mantle?
I was going to say the same thing about the stage at the Revel.
It's low.
I mean, it's too low. I mean, people are sitting out there. I mean, Tara had a problem. She was out there dancing. Almost caught a bar fight because we went to go see
I know.
AC/DC and Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
And I'll tell you what, Ozzy Osbourne was really good up to the very end. Did you hear how flat he was?
I
Like
think
he
was
ran
getting
out of
tired.
juice.
Oh, he was so
Well, he was
it was
playing
horrible.
He was playing too many deep cut Black
Dude,
Sabbath
I got
songs.
really frustrated. I didn't know
Yeah.
any of the songs he played.
Yeah, he there was a couple that I recognized, but man,
I was really frustrated.
I'm not a Sabbath fan for one thing,
Me neither.
and but I liked a lot of the Ozzy songs, but he played well, not just him, but the whole band.
Yeah,
was playing a lot of deep
you're
cuts.
right.
Yes.
There's look, you need to play the deep cut. You do not need to play the deep cuts. If you're doing a tribute band, you need to play the top 10 hits. period.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Stop.
There were very few that I knew.
REO
Stop.
Speedwagon was the same way.
Yes.
You know. And the guitars, he was okay. I mean, he was no Randy Rhoads, but you know,
Well, he tried
was-
to act like Randy Rhoads.
Yeah, just, no.
Well, they're all
no.
supposed to act like those characters, right? I
well,
get
well,
that.
I don't know. They're supposed to play like him, but he was trying to do his little signature because he plays. He kind of swings his head back and forth, so his hair's flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's just retarded.
He was trying to do that. He wasn't very good at it.
Randy Rhoads was really good.
Yeah,
You know,
no, it's not Randy Rhoads. It's Zach Wilde now.
Oh, good
Well,
Lord.
That's who
Okay.
he was supposed to be.
God.
yeah.
How does he know this? Where does he pull this shit out of?
You know, I want to go see. I hope they have like a Judas Priest tribute band or something like that. I'd love to see, you know, the Rob Halford and KK Downing guitars up there just jamming.
Well, he doesn't
You
play
got
guitar.
another thing coming.
Yeah, they're a dual guitar band.
Another thing coming.
I'm not really a Judas Priest fan. I don't
Oh
think.
my!
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I like a couple of
Sad
their.
Wings of Destiny, The Hellion, Turbo.
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
no, I'm not a huge Priest. I like a couple of their songs. But I'm
How
not a
about
huge-
Iron Maiden?
I like Iron Maiden.
I would go see Iron Maiden in concert.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even tribute bands. They've got, you know what? Also, Tara said, "Hey, man, we should go see." Well, she didn't sound like that, but country music. You know, we always talk about 80s rock. We always go to 80s rock, but you know, she would love to go see some.
I
Like
would
they
love
had some shit going on. Gary Allen, Gary Jackson, Chestnut.
Oh, yeah,
Mark
great.
Chestnut.
Mark
There you go.
Chestnut.
Everybody you just said was great, actually.
Oh yeah, and I enjoy going to all of them and hearing them. And I'll start focusing more on doing that. And you know what else, guys?
Hmm.
You know what else?
Ooh, what?
I wanna take shh.
Okay.
I want to take country dance lessons.
I've done that.
You know what? We've talked about that for years. Have we not? I thought we talked about this before.
I've never talked about that.
I've done that before. Julie and I've taken dance lessons. It's
Did it
been-
work?
To an extent. I mean, I'm not a professional. I can two-step, but it's been years since I've actually done that. But it was probably
How long did it take you to learn the splits?
You
didn't
do
that.
the splits as part of two-step?
I thought
like they well, like
Like
I
line
learned. I used to be able to know how to do
dancing,
the
the whole 9 yards.
progressive. That whole thing. I used to know. I can't do any of that anymore.
The what?
Progressive.
I don't know what that is.
what is progressive?
It's a certain step combination.
Is that those guys in the leotards that are jumping around in
Yeah.
that video that you send a lot?
Is
Got
that
my
like
toes? Yes.
Like, is that the country version of river dancing? What's going on?
No, it's like 2 steps and then 5. I don't know. That's what it is, but
I don't know what that is either. So that's
Look
okay.
at that.
it's not ballroom dancing.
This is
How to waltz a
Waltz
progressive
progressive.
steps.
Right. So they taught the waltz.
barn
Oh,
dance
yeah.
progressive.
Yeah, and they're going to feature some 80-year-old woman with 2-inch circumference calves just doing the.
That looks very.
It's very timely.
Yeah. Well, why?
I think that may have been something similar to what.
Yeah, but why does it? Nobody does that. Just do two
I
step.
didn't do that.
Yeah, just do 2 step.
Well, that whole program
they're
they got
trading
going on
partners.
is gay. But what
Oh,
my
wow.
point is that I would like to go country dance with my wife. And the
That'd be
problem, first of all, the problem with my wife is that she's a control freak. She's a control freak across the floor.
She'll lead.
Oh,
You have to
yeah.
let her lead.
Oh, she wants to totally lead. I have to like bitch slap her in the right direction from a dancing perspective, and that's what I got to do.
That's a common problem, by the way.
I know
Is it-
Women wanting to lead.
I know Julie
Yes.
likes to do that, but she's a very good country dancer, and she kind of, I kind of direct through the crowd, but she directs me on the proper move, right?
Right.
She's like, you need to do this or this, and because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I can direct through the crowd. But you know, she's definitely one of those that likes to take
In my
charge.
early 20s, when I lived in El Paso, I went to a Dallas nightclub. It's a country bar, and maybe I sucked dancing and nobody told me, but I would I would go there dancing every week.
Like
And
disco dancing,
no, country dancing,
like
and-
line dancing, or like with a chick.
both, and even like the jitterbug style dancing. And man, I had a blast doing it, and I've never really heard negative feedback. And maybe they just didn't want to tell me, or maybe Tara's style of dancing is different.
No,
Or
She's a
so-
dancer, isn't she?
Well, hold on. I'm going to tell you what it is because I experienced the same thing. So I started to get a complex because every girl I danced with, I was like struggling and fighting them. And, they were trying to lead and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, well, man, maybe I don't. And I'm not a great two-stepper, right? But then I danced with this one girl and I was kind of like, man, I don't want to dance. I just, you know what? I just don't have. She's like, just dance with me. I'm like, okay. She completely melted in my arms. And anywhere I went, she was just
submissive.
and clinging on me.
Does
and
she have a soft chin?
It was amazing. So it all boils down to a woman letting you lead. And you obviously have to have some rhythm and you got to know slightly what you're doing. But if she completely just hangs on you and goes wherever you go, it changes everything. It completely changes everything. So that's why you have felt like it was fine because you danced with some girls that weren't trying to lead.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there's various levels of leading. You know what I'm saying? There's some girls don't lead, but they're stiff. Right. And then there's some girls that literally just put their arms around your neck.
I guess I got
and they just
completely
hang
lucky
there. They
because-
hang there and they just float.
Because I was able to
I'm
go
telling you,
around that
it
dance
makes
floor
all the difference.
and twirl and just go and do
Yep.
all kinds of the pretzel.
That's why.
I was able to do everything. And of course, that was a while ago, and you'd have to practice all that stuff.
That's right.
And of course, we would go there week after week. In fact, I've been with some girls, not sexually,
Right.
but for dance
I know you haven't
partners.
been with any. We know.
And that I've gone, and that's the thing. I would meet them there.
Mhm.
And that would be our thing. We would dance. That's it. It was never anything like anything else. We just go
Right.
out there and dance, and we take a break. I go drink, do some shots, and then I get a little toasty, and they'd be like, "Hey!" And then the next thing I'm not with. They're dancing
Right.
with some other people.
Right.
Yeah, they just want to go dance. That's it.
They want to dance. Oh, there are women that love to dance
Correct.
and they don't lead. They just float.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the one of the things I'm getting at. And I have I told Paul. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you I've just secured 2 tables in Denison, Texas, for a George Strait concert
Right.
coming up.
No, you did not tell me.
It's in May 6th. I told Julie. She's not interested, so she won't be going. But do you like George Strait?
I like some of his music.
Well, it's
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
I'd love to go. I'm going to go. It's on May 6th. I would love for my wife to go, and that's kind of like I really want
Denison?
to.
Is that-
It's about 45 minutes away.
It's up north, right?
It is straight up.
We need to hit Iron Root while we're up there.
There we go.
Well, I mean,
I just saw the Iron Root bottle.
Yeah.
well, you know what we could do is
That's on your unicorn.
we
Yeah, it's
we
up in
could go
Denison.
hit Iron Root early in the morning, and or we could hit Iron Root first, and we'll get a hotel out there.
It's not that far.
Well, I mean, if we spend the day out
It's
there,
actually
go to Iron
closer
Root,
than Choctaw is.
It was like
my point
half
is
as closer.
is that we could go and go to Iron Root, and then we can go to the place to go watch George Strait, and we can either go to the hotel or we can drive home. I was thinking,
I think that'd be cool. I would love that.
how much would it cost to get a Uber for 45 minutes?
Probably
For that
$70.
far? Yeah. I know when I go to DFW via Uber, it's been a couple of years, but it's about $70 to get to DFW from here.
70?
No, not to get DFW. Depending on what time you're going, I guess.
Are you saying it's more?
No, Ubers are only $40-$50 to go to.
No, I have.
DFW.
It depends on the timing. You're right.
Yeah, the timing
It depends
matters.
on the
yeah.
timing. It depends on the weather as well.
1 o'clock
True.
in the morning for 6 people.
That's even more.
Yeah, it'll be more.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, because that's
I mean, like $100.
could be.
I'm just thinking, because you got multiple stops, probably.
Probably $380.
You jackass.
Is it becoming non-cost cost
I'm not
effective?
So our Mr. Producer has our
Yeah, we haven't
bourbon.
have not
there.
talked about it.
Oh, those are the drinks. I was like, boy, they look at some of the flavors they have. They're strawberry rhubarb, but we're drinking the Whistle Pig Piggyback.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it hasn't grown on me yet.
I would give it less than what we opened with on the last podcast, the Stellum. I would give this no higher than a 5.
It is exactly what it says up there. I don't know where it's coming up with a minor cobbler.
No, those are the drinks.
No, those are drinks you can make with it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't kick it out of bed, but it is about a
It has
5.
a mild yet spicy with notes of vanilla. This is the nose.
Yeah.
Caramel and oak, toasted walnut, and sweet sultana.
What is russet?
That's like a potato, brown.
Yeah. Russet potatoes.
I am not. I'm not a huge fan of this. I mean, I'm not hating it, but it's just like, and I would drink another one if you're like, hey, we got a bottle here, let's drink another one. I would have one, but it's just like, if there were options, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go for this one over here.
Out of the 200 plus bourbons we have, I think I can name 190 I'd rather have than this one.
All right, well, I'm on board with that too.
Well, this is the second time you've had it. It hasn't improved, I guess.
It has not improved.
No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but you
just-
don't like benchmark foolproof either,
I
so
know.
your palate's not to be
Come
respected.
on.
It's middle of the road, is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
5, 6.
it's interesting be talking about the old whiskey thing because it's some interesting news that has popped up. The whiskey fungus, how it infests this town of the Jack Daniels plants targeted
yeah.
in a lawsuit.
What?
Yeah, the town is suing. Is it town or is it just maybe some folks?
Tennessee residents who live close to Jack Daniels
Correct.
distillers are trying to stop the company from building more facilities as a whiskey fungus overtakes the surrounding towns. Now, the fungus is, I can't say
It's a metaphor.
No, it's a fungus.
No, it's a fungus.
It's a real fungus.
a
it's
real
a
fungus.
Bodenois compensensis.
It's close.
It grows on liquor that
It's close.
evaporates during the aging process.
So it's the angel share.
yeah, it's basically also known as the angel share.
Okay.
It appears
Stuff
to,
that evaporates.
it appears to stick on just about anything: houses, cars, roads, signs, trees, patio furniture.
Correct.
They
And it's
said
black.
the centuries-old black
What?
sticky substance is known for those who live around bourbon, rum, and whiskey makers.
Pick up Jack Daniels fungus.
I have not heard of this.
So a
This is-
Tennessee woman sued her local zoning office
Yeah, there
in
it is.
January, trying to prevent the build of 14 more distilleries unless the ventilation systems are installed. She claims that the hard-to-remove fungus has harmed her nearby property, which includes a party and wedding venue.
Yeah, I looked at the map, and
of where the
Of where this
area
is.
is impacted.
Yeah, and there's a new rick house going on. Looks like 100 yards from where she's going to be.
Oh no!
So on March 1st, which was like,
Look at this sign.
less than a week ago, on March 1st, the court ordered Jack Daniels to temporarily halt construction.
Yep.
I have not heard of this.
Yeah. So and
So the evaporation of bourbon,
the alcohol
the
that's in the
angel
air.
share.
That's in the air.
Yeah.
There's so much of it.
That the fungus eats it and grows, and it sticks to everything.
Yeah. So a
And there's so much of it.
A spokesman for Jack
Okay,
Daniels
okay.
issued a lengthy statement to post, which read, "During the siting and building process, we worked closely with the Lincoln County and provided all information asked of us to the local officials. Anyone who has visited the distilleries with maturing spirits has likely noticed the presence of microflora. Microflora grows on trees, buildings, and other structures around distilleries and warehouses. Ethanol released from the barrels during the maturation or maturity, also called the angel shares, is just one of the microflora's many food sources." So what they're
It's a food
contesting-
source. Okay, so in other words, it's like a mist. It's a mist that covers like trees and signs and stuff, and then the fungus eats the mist.
Yes. So
I got you.
yes.
I
So
got you.
it's kind of, how do you handle that? In my opinion,
You could
It is-
capture that angel share, not let it get out.
you can't. I'm going to relate this to the folks that own that hot sauce company in California.
Sriracha.
The Sriracha thing where they had all those issues. Now, this one was definitely more peaked as far as, because this had to do with smell. It smelled horrible. The production process of making Sriracha. But this would be an annoyance. Because it grows on
Yeah.
everything. It's not what comes out is just like the food, but like the black growth, the tar. Can you imagine tar growing and everything?
Yeah, it's sticky.
Well, again, it's a living organism eating that stuff. It isn't that stuff.
Well, would you want this growing all over your house?
No, I would not. I would
that's
not.
what I mean.
And remember, like everybody who goes to visit and everybody that consumes it, like loves it. They're just in love with Jack Daniels. But the people living around it are like
Yeah,
over
sucks.
it.
So
They're
how do you
over
manage
it.
that? How do you manage that?
I think you do have to figure out how to capture it.
I saw the article that I read that Jack Daniels is afraid that if they put in filters, it will affect the airflow and will change the taste
I could see that.
of the liquor.
It is a fine art. Very
I don't know
fine
about
art.
that.
Well, that's what Jack Daniels is saying.
I hear what they're saying, and I know why they would be scared. But you got to really think about off gassing, and which is essentially what it is.
Right?
And off gassing, you can capture off gassing without affecting the end product. Because once it's emitted, it's done. Once it's gone out of there, you're not going to change anything. Once it's out, you're done with whatever the product is.
Well,
I don't know how that
the
would
flavor
change
of the bourbon comes a lot from the atmosphere and the climate that the barrels are in. If
Absolutely.
you change something of that, the impact could
Well,
change
you
the flavor.
can still maintain that environment within the building, but you need to.
Well, airflow, I think, is part of that, right?
So they're saying
Yeah.
that they. Well, is it?
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
So you're saying that the airflow is a. I don't see that. No, because it needs to be. Are you saying that these are open rooms where the outside
They're just big
elements
rick
can come in?
houses.
Yeah,
they're
they
big
are.
rick houses.
And so, when they look at the cross section of the oak, right?
Are the windows open?
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's an open air.
Yeah.
It's open air.
So the
And
windows
when
are
they
open
when they
all
but
year
when
round.
when they look at the cross section of the oak, they can see it goes in and out and in and out and in and out of the oak, right? Of the charred oak, and it has everything to do with airflow and the heat and so it's very much natural climate
Correct.
impacted.
Well, however, the impact is real, and
Yeah.
the reality of it is that they've got black shit growing on everything.
Yeah, I think what they would have to do, and I don't know how long it would take, but they would have to basically pick one rick house and implement something to capture it and see if it affects. See it,
Those
like
rick
do
houses are huge, too.
I know.
And how many thousands of barrels in there that
Thousands.
you're testing with?
Well, how come it hasn't infected other places?
It probably has.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the
Great question.
Maybe it's the specific climate right there by Jack Daniels. Maybe
Well-
there's something humidity, or I don't know. I have no idea what others are.
I mean, it's
impacted
Why,
interesting
by.
why
as
don't you
you-
broaden the search? Change it to like bourbon fungus. And not Jack Daniels, but bourbon fungus. I would be very surprised if all the other rick houses don't deal with something like this.
What was that, Jeff?
Did you fart?
That was the floor.
No, it was not the floor.
Oh, you have
Jesus Christ!
you have
just,
floors that go.
You just shit on your dog.
That must not be.
Are you kidding me? Look at you! Can't even keep a straight face.
I didn't even hear it
Are you? How could you not hear that? You
because
deaf
I'm hearing
motherfucker!
I'm hearing impaired. Thank you very much.
Jesus Christ! Change your batteries. What the fuck is going on? You're gonna die. You're gonna die from that angel's envy bacteria.
Wow, my ears didn't
Spewing out
protect
of his
me.
ass.
Oh, look at that! It says it looks like the toxic black mold.
Oh boy,
The
where
sooty
is that?
black gunk resembles toxic black mold.
Yeah, where is that? Is that that's probably not Jack Daniels? That's probably.
Whiskey
Oh no, that's
Fungus.
also Jack Daniels. So I want to know if there's one that's not Jack Daniels. I would imagine they're all the same.
I don't know.
Well, they better
Kentucky-
not win because if they start to
Yeah, it
shut
says they want
down.
to implement an air filtration system to block the ethanol emissions.
You know what? I don't necessarily I mean, fuck it. I mean, seriously. I mean, how much damage could it do?
Well,
Well,
you have a product that tastes the same every single time.
Does it though?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Jack
Absolutely.
Daniels, pretty close.
absolutely. That's the whole point of the whole sour mash batches.
So how do you control that? Do you build a house in a house in a house?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing.
These
Jack
are really
Daniels-
smart people. They should be able to figure something
You're
out.
not
Yeah.
going to be able to fix that because to me you're leaning on the natural flow, like you said, the natural flow of air,
Yeah.
which is dependent on low pressure and high pressures, and
Yeah.
that
I don't know.
that is what creates it, and you can't block that. You
Right.
cannot block that, and if that's going to influence the taste, you're fucked. You're fucked. And if this lady wins, you know, it'd be more cost effective for Jack Daniels to go around the neighborhood and just clean.
clean like every quarter.
Whatever, man. I'm just saying.
And what is so in this example? What is it that they're complaining about? Like their trees? I think it was trees.
Well,
It's growing on everything.
It grows on everything.
Oh, dude, it's growing on everything. It's growing on lawn chairs. It's growing on
God.
signs. It's growing on cars.
Yeah,
it's
that
it's
would
going on. It covers everything.
That
It's
would
a
suck.
film that the bacteria eats. It's a film.
yeah, no, I
I mean,
get
if you were to lay out there, it'd grow on you.
yeah,
Ooh.
I'd become the tree man.
Yeah, but it's killing. They said if you don't clean
You
the
become a
trees,
black man.
it'll kill the trees
There
eventually.
we go. Yeah, I probably would be. I'd be covered in fungus. It's killing the trees too.
Yeah, if you don't get it taken care of.
Damn, that's a tough one.
It
That's
says
a
it
tough
appears
one.
to stick
Solution
on
is-
just about anything: houses, cars, roads, signs, trees, patio furnitures.
Well, then we probably need to get out there and do the bourbon trail before they shut all these places down. I guess. Can you imagine though if they win like a $30 million judgment against Jack Daniels and then
I don't think that's their aim. They're not wanting to sue them for anything. What they're wanting to do
they
is
filed a lawsuit?
pardon?
They filed a lawsuit.
Well, to stop the
I understand.
build of the new distilleries.
Yeah.
But the whiskey fungus grows on.
Can you scroll down, Mr. Producer? I want to see more of the article here. Angel share. Yep, we talked about that. Small percentage of alcohol that's evaporated. It's on road signs, construction materials, outdoor furniture, fences, cars. Oh, cars. Oh, that's not good.
It's everything.
It's everything. Yeah. Wow.
It's like living outside of like some sort of Hershey's, like
So-
where you've got some sort of sugar-based effluent that's coming through airborne.
So they've been doing this for 100 years. Why is this coming up now? Or has this always been an issue that they've been trying to
I
fight?
am assuming that they didn't know where it was coming from.
Or they just
Look at
didn't
that.
want...
It says he spends $10,000 a year to power wash his house every year. This guy.
$10,000 a year. Damn.
Pressure washing it with Clorox.
All right, so it says existing independent and government research shows that there is no reasonably available control technology to prevent ethanol emissions without significantly adversely affecting the taste and
There
quality
you go.
of Jack Daniels or any other aged whiskey.
Right.
There you go. There's the problem. So basically what you have to do is create a zone around these rick houses. And you live inside the zone, you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they want to expand. And the article I read says is Jack Daniels has another plot of land like several miles away they want to build on. And those people are like,
That's going to
No.
jack up their properties.
yeah, so it's like, no, we don't want that around our home.
Actually, you know what? And for the most part, where they have their rick houses is very rural. It's a very, very rural area.
Well,
Imagine the earth itself.
So here's
is
what they
being
should do.
enriched by this, though.
This is what they should do. They should 100% pay everybody that lives around their rick houses, pay for every penny that it takes to make their house spotless year round.
what about their trees and their cars
That too.
and all their furniture?
I guarantee the money they would spend.
They're outdoor dildos.
I don't know about that, but the money they would spend keeping all that stuff clean would dwarf what they're looking at.
Could be.
I mean, would be a fraction of what they'd be looking at. That's how they should solve this
Look at that.
problem.
It says it
That'd be a bottomless
corrodes
pit.
coating on cars. So it corrodes your car.
Buy them a car every year. I'm not kidding. Guys, I'm not kidding. The amount of money that Jack Daniels makes with building these new rick houses, and it's rural areas. We're not talking about a lot of people, I bet you. They literally could buy them a car every year and that this problem would go away.
I don't know. I don't know how many people it's affecting.
Well, I mean, this particular
What if
place that
what
the
if new
lady
people
that brought
move
the
in?
lawsuit, she owns a venue.
I know. It's
That-
easier said than done, but
She owns a venue that hosts weddings that is extremely popular. Where
It's a nice place too.
yeah, it's huge. And nice shot.
thank you, sir.
Because he's a hot shot. Dun, dun,
Wow.
dun, dun, dun. Anyways, so that was kind of absurd. You know, just
That's
the
a
thought
crazy
of that.
story. I've never heard of this.
Yeah. So we anti Jack Daniels now?
Yeah, I won't drink it.
It's like drinking
As
fungus.
a matter of fact, I won't drink any bourbon now. I mean, it's damaging the environment.
Well, it's those things you never think about, right?
Everything. It's amazing. Everything has a problem.
And you're just like, how do you solve that? Because Jack Daniels, huge company, and they're not gonna. They're like, we can't do anything to fix this.
It's incredible how every good thing, not that it's necessarily a good thing, but it's amazing how there's a problem being presented by all sorts of different things that go on. And then there's different, that's where the left and right come apart. They have different solutions for solving that problem.
Are you slurring?
I'm a little bit slurring.
Oh Lord.
No, I don't know. I find it
Well,
amazing.
the reality is these barrel houses require ventilation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Ventilation or some way to capture that ethanol.
Time flew by
It's like a big
really
butt-
fast.
It's like
I
a
mean,
big
what's
cow
going on
butt
here?
mask.
Is this right?
Do what?
But don't we usually go to 10:30?
No. No.
We don't.
No.
Very,
with
very,
the-
very interesting.
Not with the new time allotments.
Well, all right. Well, dudes like us, I'm Sean,
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
and we never had time to talk about anything.
No, we talked for what, an hour and a half?
I guess we did. All right, I'm excited. We'll see you next week, man.
All right, let's see.
We're out.